Hi guys, so today I'm going to show you how to clean an ultra dirty foundation brush. This is my Zoeva buffing brush and my foundation gets so clogged in there. So the first thing I'm going to do is take a little bit of extra virgin olive oil and I'm going to tap my foundation brush into the olive oil as well as swirl it around. Now the tapping allows the oil to get up into the middle of the brush where the brush is actually quite tight and it's hard to get some of the oil and the soap in there. So the tapping kind of pulls it up into the brush. So what we're going to do is take lukewarm water, and you can see I'm gripping the brush and pulling the oil off of the brush bristles. And this is really important to get all of that extra virgin olive oil off of your brush. If you don't, the makeup you use after, it's not going to sit on your brush well and it's not going to apply correctly to your face. So you really want to make sure that you're pulling all of that oil out. And because we did tap the oil up into the brush, it's going to take a few passes to get that oil out. And it's one of those things you have to be patient with, but then after your brush feels nice and soft, but at the same time not greasy, you can go ahead and use a soap. Some people like to use a dish soap, some people like to use baby's shampoo. I'm just using some Nexus shampoo that I have in my shower. I'm going to put some in my hand and then I'm going to start tapping and swirling the brush. Something you really want to remember is the center of the brush is where a lot of product gets clogged and it's really difficult to get it out. So go ahead and put a little extra pressure on your brush to get that soap up into the brush as well as allowing it to really work out all of that product. And then we're just going to pull the soap out just like we did with the oil. And we're actually going to repeat this a couple of times. You can repeat this as many times as necessary, but you have to remember shampoo with your brushes is just like with your hair. It will dry them out, and you don't want to lose the conditioning aspect that we just applied by using the extra virgin olive oil. So I'm going to do this 3 times just because this is a brush that I hadn't cleaned for about 2 weeks. And I use this as my foundation brush every single day. One way to avoid having to deal with this is to spot treat your foundation brush every single day just by having a little towel or something that you can just wipe off some of the excess product onto, and it really helps when you go to clean your brushes and do a deep clean. Now, another thing I like to do is when I clean my brushes, I like to go ahead and clean the handle, because the handle can get product on it as well as germs, and it can get a little bit greasy, especially if you're using sunscreens or something. So I like to go ahead and give it a nice wipe down, a nice wash as well, but you want to make sure that you're not getting any water into the furrow of the brush, the top part that's holding the bristles. So I go ahead and just use a damp cloth, which I know ended up not being in this shot and is super annoying, and I really would like to apologize for that because I wanted to make sure that it was in, but unfortunately it was not. But yeah, as you can see here, I'm going in for another clean, and I'm really putting a lot of pressure just because I have so much built up product in there. And you can see I'm even, tapping and massaging it with my fingers just to try to get all of that junk out. If you want to do a little bit of like antibacterial type of work here, you can use some rubbing alcohol after you're done. You can go ahead and dip it in there, pull the product out, and it'll dry just like it normally would when you use just water. You just want to remember that rubbing alcohol can be quite harsh on your brushes, so you don't want to do it too often and you don't want to leave too much on there. So now I'm just going to lay this flat on my counter to dry, and the next morning my foundation brush is ready to go again. If you guys have any questions on this, leave them in the comments down below. Give this a thumbs up if this helps you at all, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!